Right now, on Myth or Miracles, we have a story about only one baby surviving in a hospital. We want you to decide, is this a myth or is this a miracle? Now let's get into the story. When Anthony and his wife, Edwina, were PhD students at Trinity International University near Chicago, they told the story about the birth of their son, Adil, in Kenya to an interviewer. About an hour after his birth, Addie began to experience difficulty breathing. When the baby's breathing did not stabilize, the doctors grew concerned and advised Anthony and Edwina to seek a larger medical facility. Because the hospital lacked a neonatal intensive care unit, and because Anthony and Edwina could not afford the more elite hospitals, they transferred the child to Kenyatta National Hospital. The neonatal nursing staff there were professional and caring, but most infants who ended up there were in severe condition. On the morning after his transfer to this hospital, Adil stopped breathing for a full 10 minutes. A doctor was able to revive him, but warned that the brain damage from oxygen deprivation would be irreparable. Adil would never be able to walk or talk. At best, he would stare blankly into space. Over the next 20 days, the couple witnessed the tragic death of 33 infants. All the infants in the unit except for Adil. At first, the doctors shook their heads sadly at Anthony, who would read psalms and pray for his unconscious child. But as Adil continued to live, they welcomed his father's continued prayers. But then doctors detected a serious heart problem that, if Adil lived, would require open heart surgery in 6 months. A couple of days later, they checked Adil's brain. The doctors looked confused, rechecked his file, and then called over colleagues to examine both the scan and the chart. Then they called over the nurse and insisted that this was either the wrong baby or the wrong file. There was nothing wrong with Adil's brain, however. Trying to figure out what had happened, staff prodded and poked Adil so much that for days afterwards he continued to recoil when touched. The discharge document admitted that the doctors did not know what had happened. At his 1-month review, a similar scene unfolded as doctors checked and rechecked his heart. His heart, too, was cured, and he was completely healthy. 9 years later, Anthony and Edwina introduced the interviewer to Adil, who smiled as his father shared his story. After hearing the story, what's your decision? Is it a myth or is it a miracle? Comment below.